This week's Cringe of the Week is double length. Took a little off of the Urban Decay section, and we went all in on Cringe of the Week. Number 1, swim meet bathroom lady.
On the basis of the comfort, hang on. On the basis of the comfort and dignity.
This is at the NCAA swim
girls
finals.
and women, I'm asking you and telling you, please do not use women's spaces.
My
It
girls,
makes them feel uncomfortable.
My girls and the other women I am with are very comfortable with me in the
Right.
bathroom.
Well, fortunately, I'm not your daughter, and my daughter is also not your daughter.
Oh, that's right.
And she
So
would
she
feel.
should stay
She would feel very uncomfortable. No, I.
interrupt
Right.
me.
No,
Come on,
you
excuse
interrupted me.
Excuse
You
me.
interrupted
I'm not
me.
here for a debate. Beth, do you mind?
Right.
I would ask you to please call off your dog.
I beg your pardon. I'm asking you as a mother. I'm asking you.
So,
The lady's wearing a shirt that says, "I'm not a vet, but I know what a dog is." So she's that lady.
yeah, she's that lady.
Talking to a weird guy in long hair, pretending to do shit with his daughters and have a loving family. Daughters. I'm a mother.
And it's all about like appeasing the guy in the dress with the long hair who thinks he's a girl. It's about appeasing him. Oh, the people I'm with are comfortable. I would be comfortable if I were to use this bathroom. This is the bathroom I'm comfortable in. And it's like, what about everyone else? Who are we prioritizing here?
The 0.1%.
The 0.1% very mentally ill person, or women and children, young girls and women who we should be looking out for as a society.
Yeah,
that's
what's society built for?
Exactly. That's who should be comfortable. We should do a survey and go, all right, are 99 out of 100, 999 people out of 1,000 comfortable if everyone follows these rules? Who's not comfortable? This person.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of a dude anyway. Go be uncomfortable in the men's bathroom.
Yeah, you're the weirdo. I don't know what else. We're just trying to live in society that was here 5 years ago. I guess. Oh, should we change it all? No. And you're blowing up the swim team. My favorite is with this Leah Thomas swim stuff. Obviously, we've been talking about Leah for a long time. So we're ahead of the game, way ahead. We knew this was going to happen. Unfortunately, we didn't get any betting action on it, so we didn't actually monetize this. But it's like, you're arguing, anybody who's trans or arguing for trans rights coming to the NCAA thing where the girls win it, or where Leah is a man winning. It's like, why are you arguing? Like, just understand that we're right. You know, you're like, oh, look, she finished in the middle of the pack. It's like, nah, she won. And you're not arguing for something good right now. You know what I mean? Like you don't have the data, the facts on your side immediately after Leah Thomas gets on the podium and goes, yeah, I'm competing against myself. I'm ignoring the noise. And it's like, nice voice, Leah.
You weren't legitimately wronged.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you have a case. This is what the truth is. It's what we should fight for. It's the same thing we saw with COVID too. It's like we're appeasing the scaredest people, the most deranged people who are going to freak out about COVID instead of like doing what's best for 99.9% of the population.
It's lowest common denominator catering. We're catering to the LCD.
And then if you stand for common sense and what's right, now you're the hateful person, and then they are able to pretend the percentages are way different when pretty much everybody knows what the truth is and who should be in what bathroom and who should be prioritized with comfort and who's kind of a mentally ill person dealing with some stuff.
Yeah. And then the slippery slope part of it, like where, dude, nothing's going to happen. Like she just wants to use the bathroom. Respect her. And then there's the Virginia Loudoun County sexual assault on that daughter, that person. So we're developing data now. Now we're getting the data for the talking points. Yeah. And at what cost? You know, a young girl being assaulted. The other transgender girl that we talked about, who was 18 and a man, or 17 and a man, and then got a youth sentence and was like, yeah, the jail, they're just letting me go, on the phone with his dad. And it's like, are you kidding me, guys? So society is actively in the negative part of this, where like the bad things are happening, and it's like, well, how bad is it? It's like, we created a new drug, Oxycontin. It's like, well, how bad is it? We won't know for a few years. You know, it's
hopefully good.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Well, we're sure it's good. Disney will tell you, and whoever else, but like, it's not good, and it's going to hurt a lot of people.
Exactly. And I saw this really informative graph about it. And it said, what will happen if gay marriage is legalized? And then obviously the whole graph is gay people will get married. As if that's
it's a pie chart. That's 100% gay people will get married.
As if
no
that's
effects.
And then all the other ones that were put in at the time as a joke, I guess. A third world war will break out. Various plagues, locusts, frogs, etc. will erupt. Schools will begin teaching kids how to have gay sex. The terrorists will win. Basically, all those things.
4 for 4. Third World War happening now. COVID. Schools will begin teaching kids how to have gay sex, and then the terrorists will win, and it's like the Taliban are a legitimate regime now. So.
Yeah, we bailed out of Afghanistan ASAP. So yeah, the thing you said was a bit basically all happened and came true. Moving on, number 2, teacher coming out to the students.
My third anxiety of the day today is that I'm going to have to deal with coming out to my students. I know most of them are just going to assume it already, but for the few that don't, that'll be a fun conversation, if it comes to that.
So what do you...
My anxiety of the day is something that I'm doing that I don't have to do.
That you shouldn't do it is inappropriate, but you're taking it upon yourself. I'm going to be uncomfortable, but I'm going to talk to the students about my sex life.
Just a narcissist, egomaniac.
I think you go to jail for this in the 90s.
You should. You should. This is like a dad gets to come in a pickup truck and beat the shit out of you. If you say, "What'd you say to my kid?" And then he just beats your ass.
And the principal just goes, "Yeah, Mr. Thompson's not coming back."
But I mean, no, for real. I mean, that's obviously a joke, but these people are just getting one-on-one time with your kids or 1-on-20 time with your kids in an authority role and molding their brain clay however they see fit.
Yeah, you can't homeschool your kids because they'll be weird. Yeah, send them to public school.
But 20% of Gen Z is now LGBTQ or whatever.
Yeah,
the
send
stat
them to
was.
public school to have their brain molded, and then you can turn into the kids in clip number 3, LGBT School Pride Parade.
Oh my God! So this was in Austin,
Texas.
Yay, Cowboys!
Texas.
The assistant principal posted this video and then deleted it. So it's like, oh, look at me, what we're doing, and then it's like, oh, the heat's too hot.
Yeah, they didn't even realize it was like a very bad thing for some people.
So it's funny because sometimes you have kids like at a school or whatever. It's like, we're gonna organize a walkout. We're against this, like, and it's like, oh, little protesters doing what they want to do. But now it's just like teachers organizing this. We saw it with the BLM march, and like, there's always a fat woman somewhere in there leading the kids. There's the fat teacher. There's the fat teacher off to the side waving the flag aggressively. Everyone else is just walking.
And they're all wearing masks too.
Yeah, they're all in masks, of course.
It's like, why are they doing LGBT stuff? And it's like, why are they in masks?
There's fat woman teacher number 2.
What happens when you mold these kids and they have to wear the mask that does nothing, and then LGBT stuff? It's like, what's the soft clay becoming when you start pushing it and pulling it that direction?
My little activists.
Yeah, but you can't. People will debate. Should we be saying the Pledge of Allegiance in school? And that'll come up for a debate. But this, send it.
Yeah.
Moving on, number 4. This is a funny thing we saw was on Reddit. I'm stuck in the elevator. This is like a post from Reddit.
Guy said, electricity went out and I had a small meltdown at work today. And he posts in like some work chat, guys, I'm stuck in the WeWork lift, like the elevator. And then Slackbot goes, hi, guys is a gendered term or a gendered pronoun. We recommend alternatives like folks, all, everyone, y'all, team, crew, etc. We appreciate your helping in building an inclusive workplace at Head Out. So that's like a bot telling him like, don't say guys. And he goes, folks, I'm stuck in the WeWork elevator.
I'm stuck in the elevator.
Like, again, literally a real problem.
Yeah.
And is happening, and it's you said it wrong.
It's like a metaphor for now. It's like there's a war going on, all these things, and we have to fight for the trans person.
Always.
The 1% of 1%. Moving on. Clip 5. Sav with 1N. Been doing great work. She is now back on the streets, and she's doing so well. Big fan of hers, and she's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Look at this interview she did with a person who competed against a trans athlete in cross country.
Yes.
Competed against transgender track and field athlete June Eastwood, correct?
Yes.
What was it like competing?
I personally competed against June in the DMR, so it was the distance medley relay, and we had different legs. And when I was waiting and I was cheering on my teammate, there were coaches on the sidelines, obviously, and they'll tell you sort of like, this is your cue, or like, this is where you're at, or come on, push it, go faster.
Dig.
And something that was really hard for me to hear was June's coach was on the sidelines telling June to slow down, as June was in first place. And so that was something that was a true sticking point for me in this whole situation, because I realized that this wasn't difficult.
It's
for
honestly
June.
dark.
June had already
It's
competed
incredibly
at this
dark.
level, and
Slow down. It's like a scene from The Incredibles where the kid's got superpowers and the dad goes, don't win the race by too much. So
It's exactly that.
So the transgender person in this example knows it. They know it's wrong. The coach knows it. And then the only person who doesn't know it, I guess, is the NCAA, who goes palms, shoulders and palms, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all the other girls who race against it just get smoked.
Yeah, it's very sad, and that's a very eye-opening take. It's not even like, go try your hardest, do your best, and whatever happens, happens. It's just you're winning by too much. Slow down. It's too obvious.
So it's not competition. It's like, oh, I just want to compete. I just want to compete. It's not competition at that point if you're slowing down. You know what I mean? So
You're just like on a bad
so
track.
if you just want to compete, why don't you go take 800th place against the men?
Yeah.
Like if you just want to compete, I'll show you where you fall.
And you can have some competition where you can work your way up from there.
Yeah.
You're not competing if you start off by a lot.
Yeah, you have somewhere to go. You're like, 800? Maybe I'll get to the 700s next week. Instead
Yeah.
of slow down, you're destroying the women too much.
I just want to compete. It's like you just want a trophy. You just want to win. You just want a win. I think that's what Leah Thomas's motivation is too. I think it could be some dark thing where she like hates women and whatever. And yeah, it's not sincere. This
I think it's less hate women and more just me.
Yeah.
It's all a me thing. And it's like whatever I can do to get anything. And then negative attention, it doesn't really matter as long as it's attention,
Yeah. Attention.
I'm calling it now. Leah Thomas is going to be in a Nike commercial by the end of June.
That's a
That
pretty
gives
good
him
call.
a month or two to film, month or two to
Get it on
out.
the books. Let her sign the contract. She's out of college now, probably. So
Well,
she didn't.
NCAA people can take money now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's who's going to get it. So they're going to get
Leah's
rewarded
gonna
by
get
all the trans people are going to get rewarded by the corporations. They're going to get the best deals.
Yep. Can't wait to see it.
Boy, boys.